Hey, this is a bonus week. I know. Never expected that, right? Well, I wanted to come in here because that was something that I really wanted to discuss in the midst of all this information that you're getting. And the one thing that I wanted to sort of talk a little bit about is this idea of being patient. And I want to take a couple of minutes to just talk about this because learning how to do something that requires talking about your gifts and who you are, and learning how to take the temperature of what people are thinking about what you're thinking, and putting things out there and then having them be not accepted or not getting the response that you were sort of hoping, can be ego squashing. And as a matter of fact, it is ego squashing. And even though I sort of know that there's no other way around it, you have to keep putting things out there to know what's interesting, what's not interesting, what's going to get somebody's attention. That doesn't mean that it sometimes doesn't sting. And waiting to find out about what people get excited about and what they are interested in, for them to schedule an appointment with you or to them to book an appointment with you, takes nerves of steel. And you sort of go through this ebb and flow when you're in the midst of creation. And that ebb and flow can really cause a lot of people to bow out of coaching. It makes them think that they're not hitting the mark, they're not doing it right, that they are, my phone is chirping, I'm sorry, that they're not achieving the goals that they want to achieve because they're doing something wrong. And the truth is that you aren't doing anything wrong. And I'm not the first person who's probably going to tell you that you need to sometimes connect with people, not sometimes, most of the time, you need to connect with people anywhere between 7 to 15 times. Other people will tell you different numbers, but the truth is that you have to connect several times with people for them to build up trust. And when you think about it, think about all the people in your neighborhood who you've seen advertising over time and that you don't respond to. So sometimes you don't respond to somebody because it's a hard sell and maybe that's not for you, or maybe you don't respond because it's too subtle or too whatever, and it makes you gun shy. You don't actually want to go there. It's like when you think about restaurants, right? And what attracts you to want to go to a certain kind of restaurant depends on what kind of an experience you want, right? You're not going to go to this quiet romantic restaurant when you just want to grab a bite in your work clothes and make it quick, but you might on another occasion. And then how do you pick? There's so many restaurants to choose from. How do you actually know that the one you're going to go to is going to resonate with you, right? Well, you read reviews and all these things. So in light of that, what I want to suggest to you is when you're speaking to people and when you're feeling like the conversation's going well, ask them what they think about this conversation. What's their takeaway from the conversation? And use that as a meter to sort of guide your conversations going forward of what you'd like to be saying to people. But really, you have to have nerves of steel and you cannot take it personally. And the truth is that your greatest story needs to be heard. It just needs to be. And you're authentically creating a following. And even though it may take time for that following to generate and to be consistent, that's what you're doing. And the thing that you always have to hold on to is the fact that your story creates a desire for change in other people. And that's not something small. And you have to just allow yourself to keep going and find support from people who are doing similar things than you, and hire a coach to support you, or become part of an entrepreneur group or a coaching group so that you can get the support you need to be able to do the work that you want to do.